Good afternoon. I barely had a chance to run over here and set up this live stream. They are just about to go live, it looks like, so let me hurry up and share screen. It looks like there's a third arrest in the Savanah Soto Matthew Guerra murders. So here's the live stream. No idea who this person is. There's been speculation on who this is. So I don't know if they have an exclusive or what. This is why I stay up with my local news. Hi, Brandy. A lot of people did think that there was a third person. Oh, her name. Murda. Murda Romanos. I totally just spelled that way wrong. I was check. So the name is like that, but not spelt like that. That I just put in the chat. That is not how they spell. It's the mother. Yeah, it's the mother of. I see the closed caption. The mother. All right, who speaks Spanish? My Spanish is terrible. I need my Spanish speaking. I speak Miami Spanglish. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not gonna help my child, nobody get away with something like that. Like, yeah, well, and Miami Spanglish is actually a dialect in the United States now. I watched this thing about dialects. I don't know if they know that they're live right now.
Okay.
Because, like, now we already know the name. Yeah, like, the only way I'm gonna help with something like that is if, like, you had somebody stalking you for forever. But even then, like, we call the police. I'll get you the best lawyer ever. I already know what attorney I would use in Houston if I ever needed one. Uh, I think, hold on, I need to look up his name before I say it wrong. I saw this guy be a defense attorney on a case that I was a juror, and like they lost, but he didn't really have much to work with. He was such a good defense attorney. I would want him to defend me, and I told him that. And he looks like he's related to uh, Robert Downey Jr. I had to think about it. His last name is Shellist. I just want to. I'm trying to look up his first name, but is this the right guy? Nope, that's not the right photo. So there's an attorney with the last name Shellist that I would hire, but I can't remember his first name. He kind of looks like he would be Robert Downey Jr.'s like second cousin. So look for that attorney if I ever need one. Yeah, a lot of people were speculating that there was another person in the car, and I mean, the police can't tell people if they have another suspect or they're looking into somebody. They don't want anybody to know that. I appreciate you guys being able to join so quickly. I saw that and I ran to my computer. I had my hair up in a clip and I'm guessing it's the mom. Oh, there goes my dog. My dog is upset about it too. Hi Dizzy and Tina and Dina and MyClad and Tash and Brandy joined us. Robin. Magic Unicorn. I like that username. That's a cool username. I like unicorns. I like rainbows. We're waiting. Right? Like, the camera person's like, eh. It's like watching Blair Witch. I guess they're just holding the camera.
Mirta. Yeah, Mirta.
Or maybe it's oh, it's probably a cell phone. I'm like, it's a camera. I'm thinking they're holding like a big camera. It's probably a cell phone. The way that they zoomed in. We're just gonna watch the hallway. Yeah, so we could do some fun facts while we're waiting. I'm assuming that this person's also going to get charged with,
All right, everyone. We are waiting for the third suspect in the Savanah Soto Matthew Guerra case to be walked out. We're told by police that it is Mirta Romanos. She is the mother of the younger suspect, Christopher Preciado.
yeah, so many people really thought it was the mom, and those people were right. I just don't like to speculate just in case I'm wrong. I don't want to do that. So, but you guys were right. It's a good question. I'm not sure when the funeral was. Yeah, I guess they would be separate, wouldn't they? Let me see if I can find out. Yeah, it looks like it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was the funeral. Yeah, I speculated in my head. And that's what she got arrested in. Wow.
Mirta, did you give Christopher your gun? Did you give Christopher your gun to use in this murder? Are you sorry?
Excuse me, guys.
Did you give Christopher your gun?
I wonder if she was home when
How
she
can
got
you sleep at night?
arrested. Oh,
How have you been able to sleep at night?
yeah, get her. I like this reporter. Get
Did you
her.
give Christopher your gun? What is your silence supposed to say? What message is your silence sending?
I like this reporter.
Are you sorry? Does your silence mean anything? What do you want people to know? What do you want to say to Savannah's mother, Matthew's mother?
Di algo, ahora que puedes. Excuse me.
I wouldn't be able to live with myself.
That is Mirta Romanos. San Antonio police just arrested her in connection to the murders of Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra. Savanah was pregnant at the time of her murder, according to police. She was reported missing back on the Friday before Christmas, and police found her body and Matthew Guerra's body in a car on December 26th, the day after Christmas. Last week, San Antonio police made 2 arrests in this case, Christopher Preciado and his father. And now we have Mirta Romanos, who we're told is the mother of Christopher and married to the father of Christopher. So we are expecting to get an update from police as to why they think she's a suspect, but we know from the search warrant, some paperwork that we've gotten, that she told police that she was sleeping the night that this happened, and that she said it was her gun.
Why does your child, even though he's an older one, have access to your gun, dude?
You guys ready?
If you don't want anybody to have access. Whoa. Whoa. Did you need to zoom in so close on her nose?
Ready?
It is sad. It's so irresponsible.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. We're going to provide you with an update on the Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra case. First and foremost, once again, SAPD wants to extend our condolences to the family of Savanah and Matthew. Today, as you saw, we just made another arrest. This is the third arrest in this case. Just to recap, back on December 23rd, Leon Valley PD reported that Savanah and Matthew Guerra were reported missing to their jurisdiction. On December 26th, SAPD officers received a call for a disturbance. When those officers made that location, they discovered the bodies of Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra. They were found deceased in their vehicle, the Kia Optima, that had also been reported missing. Since then, our homicide unit has done an outstanding job in following this case. They followed every lead. They were able to get surveillance video, which led them to these arrests that were made. On January 3rd, we made two arrests, 19-year-old Christopher Preciado and 53-year-old Ramon Preciado. There was a lot of information on social media that there was a third individual involved. Our homicide detectives were aware of that. However, we were looking for enough probable cause to make that arrest and to present the best case forward to the DA's office. Today, that happened. They were able to develop enough evidence to charge 47-year-old Mirta Romanos, that's Myrta Ramanos. She is believed to be, I'm not sure exactly what the relationship is, but maybe a stepmother to Christopher, 19-year-old Christopher. She is being charged with 3 felonies, the first one being alter, destroy, conceal a human corpse, which is a second-degree felony. She's also being charged with abuse of corpse, which is a state jail felony, and a third charge, tampering with evidence. Through our forensic unit, we were able to develop information from surveillance video that shows Miss Romanos involved the night of the murder. That video surveillance shows her at the home right after the murders, and she was seen on video surveillance leaving in that black truck that we all saw on the surveillance video, and then returning to her home with Christopher and Ramon in that truck. At this time, I'll take any questions that you might have.
It was her weapon, right?
Excuse me?
They matched her weapon to the ballistics.
Right, that tampering with evidence, from what we understand, she stated that was her gun, so we do know that that was her weapon.
And do they believe they were killed in that home? And what was the mother or the stepmom's role in allegedly the murders?
I'm not sure exactly where. We haven't released any of that information. I'm not sure what the circumstances were, but we do know she was involved in helping get rid of the evidence concerning those bodies.
On the 3rd, you guys were under the impression that there were only 2 suspects, or had said that there were 2 suspects that were arrested?
No, our homicide detectives were aware early on in the investigation that there wasn't a third person involved. We know that from the video surveillance when there is that towel that everyone's talked about being thrown. At that time, we just didn't have enough evidence to say that that was Miss Mirta Romanos. But like I said, since then, they've developed enough evidence from surveillance video from the home showing her leaving with the 2. She gets into that truck, and then when they return to the home, it's her, Christopher, and Ramon in that truck.
Had she called you guys in the past week to come to the house at all? Because I know there's been some reports of vandalism there.
I'm not aware of any of that.
As of right now, are you under the impression there are any more suspects?
At this time, we're confident that there's no more suspects. At this time, we're confident that these were the 3 individuals that were involved in this case.
Do you believe this is connected somehow to a larger ring, crime ring, or anything like that?
No, we don't have any information to lead us to believe that. We do know that there was, I guess, a transaction earlier in that night. What happened and transpired was Matthew Guerra and Savanah were killed. I don't.
So you guys still don't know where they were killed, like if it was at home or somewhere else?
We believe it was in that area, right near their home. How cooperative was she? I know there was a search warrant that was issued a few days ago. There was a search warrant, so they had the authority to go into that home. Today, I don't believe she said much.
What happened to the towel?
I don't have that information. Any other
question?
questions?
Did she confess today?
She wasn't cooperative today. Thank you, guys.
Everyone wants to know about the towel.
Not, yeah,
She's still married to Ramon, or
I don't know if that's a common law or they're living together, but I don't believe they're legally married. But I'm not for sure. She did live. Them three did live in the house together.
So now you guys are identifying as stepmother.
Correct.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you just heard from San Antonio police on this arrest, the third arrest in the murders of Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra. They, of course, were found dead in a car on Danny K Drive back on December 26th. They were reported missing a few days before. Savanah, she was expected to give birth that Saturday, or to be induced, I should say, that Saturday, and family just hadn't heard from her, so they called Leon Valley Police and reported her missing, and, of course, they found her missing, deceased in a car with Matthew Guerra, her boyfriend. And so like I said, we just heard from police. They just gave us some information. They said that they had executed a search warrant on the Preciado's home, which there are two suspects already arrested. We're talking about Christopher Preciado and Ramon Preciado, and they believe that Mirta is married to Ramon Preciado, the father, and then is the stepmother of Christopher Preciado, who is the one who's charged with capital murder in this case. He's the one who police believe did it. They believe that these two, the parents, helped with the murder. They helped clean it up, they say. Okay. Sorry, we were just getting some quick updates from police there on the case number. Now, we did get our hands on the arrest affidavit. And according to this arrest affidavit, I'm reading through it. Okay, we're getting sound in Spanish right now, so.
Asesinato de Savanah Soto y Matthew Guerra. Ya sabemos todo lo que pasó antes. Hoy, los detectives tenían suficiente evidencia.
I'm sorry, how they zoom in cracks me up. I mean, this is the exact same information in Spanish, so yeah. It's so senseless. You know, so many lives are changed over marijuana. Like, you know, especially at that age, I wouldn't really think much of, like, somebody going to pick up or buy marijuana. Like, I certainly wouldn't think that someone would pull out a gun and people would die, or that somebody would shoot a pregnant mother in the back of her head, execution style.
Todos sabíamos que había una tercera persona dentro de la troca que
None of this had to happen.
Siempre sabíamos eso. Teníamos la idea quién era la tercera persona, pero no teníamos suficiente evidencia para cargar a esa persona.
I like that I'm watching this like I can fully understand what they're saying. Some of it, but definitely not most of it. So it was, I'm gonna mute it. It was her gun. It was her gun. No wonder they had trouble, you know, finding the weapon at first, and then they found it. Like the whole city of San Antonio, the nation is upset about this. Like, they didn't even try to like flee to Mexico or go somewhere else. Like, should have went to Mexico. I don't know if they thought they were gonna get away with it. In this day and age, it's a lot harder to get away with stuff. And like, his defense is saying that it was self-defense, but the evidence says otherwise. And even so, you wouldn't shoot them in the back of the head. So I would expect it to take. They might fast track this trial because of what it is, but probably not. It's probably going to be a few years before we see this. Yeah, and I couldn't like. There's no way. I feel guilty over like way minor things. There's no way, like that reporter asking her how could she sleep at night, that makes like, yeah, how could you sleep at night? I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that my stepson did that. Like, yeah, it seems like most of the cases have to do with drugs, money, which it's stupid. Like minor amounts. We're not talking about like Pablo Escobar. We're talking about like, $60 worth of stuff in like this case and in the Ethan Soto's murder too. That was only $60 worth of pods. Yeah, the kind of thing happens often for sure. I know a few families where somebody was killed and there was marijuana involved in some way. But for someone to just have a babe, just about to have a baby, like she was literally just about to have the baby. I wish that they could have, not done that day and at least gone to the hospital first. Yeah, there's just no way that I would be able to help in any way and then like clean that up. Those I hope that those images stay in the mind of all of them forever. Is that it? The audio just went, so they might be done. I don't know. Let's see. Nope. It's back. Audio's back. Any more?
All right, we just got to give an update to the Spanish stations, but we were able to ask them a couple more questions specifically about the last time we were here. We were here about a week ago when they arrested the first two suspects, Christopher Preciado and Ramon Preciado, who are related to Mirta, the woman that just arrested, who you saw get perp walked to that police car just a few minutes ago. When that happened, they said that they were confident that there were no more people that they were looking for. And so I asked about that because obviously there's a third person arrested. And what I was told by San Antonio police is that they already knew that she was involved in this murder in some form or fashion. They just needed the evidence to be able to prove it and to charge her, which they said that they were able to do today. And they said that when they brought her in, she wasn't cooperating with them, didn't give them much. And another thing that we learned from that press conference in Spanish is that the two suspects that were already arrested, Christopher and Ramon, they did not give her up. They said that they did not even mention her. And so San Antonio police, through their own work, they said that they narrowed down this person, Mirta Romanos, and arrested her. And they said that, of course, it was her gun that Christopher is accused of using in this crime. And again, for those of you just joining us, a third arrest was made in the case involving Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra, the two killed, found dead in a car on December 26th. Savanah was pregnant. She was expected to give birth any minute now. She was actually supposed to be induced the Saturday before her body was found, and her family had reported her missing because she didn't show up to the hospital. So we're going to wrap everything up for you right now, but of course, join us again tonight at 5 and 6 to hear more about this case.
So I will keep following this. If there are any updates, I will definitely let you guys know. I have a whole thread on Twitter where I've been trying to keep everything. When there's something major going on, I try to keep it in a thread so that way it's a lot easier for people to follow. See, I didn't even have time to move this out of the the video screen from DJing. I gotta move that over there. So I was thinking of streaming the Bardo trial today, maybe in like an hour, hour and a half. I need to run to the store real quick and then I can do that. So I'm going to make a post on Twitter and I'll make the thing on YouTube. But yeah, I just wanted, yeah, because when I watch this stuff at home, like I have my reactions and thoughts, and I thought that it would be nice to be able to do that with all of us together. So I very much appreciate you all jumping on and joining so quickly and talking in the chat and discussing this. Very much appreciate you guys. So I'll be back on in a little bit later today covering more of the Bardo trial. Oh God, I love potatoes. Sorry. I have potatoes. I could I could make potatoes. But anyway, uh but the Bardo trial in like an hour, hour and a half, I have to figure out how long it's going to take me to do what I need to do. And then I'll post the link. And then today's Wednesday. I'll be back Friday morning at 7 a.m. as well for the weekly crime wrap up. So I will discuss this during then. Um, so 7 a.m. Central, 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern on Fridays and Mondays. And I'll see you all in a couple hours. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you all later.